Hi, everybody, and welcome to day one of the 28-day Idea to Income Challenge. I can't tell you how long I've been waiting for this day. Why? Because for the last 3 years, I've been thinking about launching an online business, procrastinating, delaying, and now finally, I can't believe it. It's the first day where I'm actually going to start taking action on moving this dream into a reality. Now, for the last 16 years, I've been an offline entrepreneur. You may know me as the lead consultant and CEO of Narejo HR. And we've been servicing clients across many countries in enabling their businesses to grow through growing their people. And today I want to share with you the steps I'm going to be taking to kind of transfer my experience, my knowledge, my passion, and my interest into some type of online business. Now, right now, I'm really not sure exactly what I'm going to be offering online, but that's exactly why we're here. We're going to go through a learning and discovery process. So let's get started and take a look at what I have on the agenda here. Hopefully you can all see the screen. I'm posting this on our Facebook group, idealab.pk, and I'm also beginning sharing the link to the videos every day, so please do sign up. But first, before we get into all the housekeeping, a little introduction. My name is Rahila Narejo, and by education, I'm actually a biochemist and a psychobiologist. I graduated many, many years ago from UCLA, and then I went on to do my Master's of Science in something called the Neuroscience of Leadership. Now, psychobiology, neuroleadership, biochemistry. What do you think my area of expertise is? Well, actually, it's the brain and how the brain works and how or what we can do to influence and mold people's brains to take action or to go through change or to motivate individuals' brains to do as we would like them to do. Now, this expertise I've used immensely or extensively in my work as a consultant. But now I want to take this expertise to the online world. So for the last 16 years, I've been an entrepreneur. I've actually started and have been running 2 successful businesses. And some of you may know me as an advice columnist as well. I have a syndicated advice column called Workplace Sanity, which for the last 10 years has been published on a weekly basis. But less about me. Let's get into our day one. What's on the agenda for today? Now, first, I'm going to be talking about why online business. Why am I, after 16 years as an entrepreneur, considering and contemplating moving to the online world? What's the reason behind it? Then I'm going to get into what's all this thing about the 28-day challenge and what I'm doing and what you can do with me. Third, we're going to look at some commitments. I'm going to be making some commitments, and I also want you to make some commitments to me and to yourself. And then we're going to end up the session today with a little preview and prep for day 2. So all in all, it shouldn't take more than maximum, let's say, 15 minutes. So I'm sure we can put in 15 minutes on day 1 of turning our dream of having an online business and turning it into a reality. So let's get started on the online business industry. Now, if you've been living under a rock, then you might not have noticed this, but e-commerce is now booming. And what is e-commerce? Is basically any type of money exchange that we do online via the internet. So it's all electronic through the World Wide Web. And you might have been a customer of e-commerce. Maybe you have ordered some books like I have through Amazon, or you have done some B2B business purchasing or procuring through Alibaba, or sold some of your own things via eBay or Etsy. And maybe you've used Uber services, which is, again, it's via online. It's an app where we actually procure the service of transportation. And even now we're seeing that The world of online learning is booming as well. There's so many platforms where we can even purchase or acquire for free, nada, learning programs and develop our skills, such as Udemy, Coursera, Skillshare, and even online media streaming, music, movies. We're all familiar with Netflix, I'm sure. And retail is not far behind. In fact, retail is booming. More and more stores are closing down their brick and mortar storefronts and opting for online storefronts. And if this is where the entire world seems to be moving, then I was thinking, why should I be left behind? And why don't I start exploring and taking action and moving my expertise into the online arena as well? Maybe you've been thinking about an online business. Maybe you are an expert in something, a specific skill, or maybe you have a hobby or a talent that you could actually monetize. Or maybe you do have a brick and mortar shop and you want to look at how you can transition to an online platform and acquire customers through that portal. Well, whatever your aspiration is, this is what we're going to be looking at. How do we take a business idea and turn it into an online income generating platform for us? If you want more information, in fact, on what are some of the statistics and numbers about e-commerce, I found this site really helpful, bigcommerce.com. They've done extensive research, and that might even help you in understanding the demographics of your target audience or your ideal buyer. So what is this 28-day challenge? The 28-day challenge is my challenge. I'm challenging myself. Why? Because I'm sick and tired of waiting. I'm sick and tired of hesitating, feeling scared to take action. And I'm just putting myself out here on the World Wide Web, in our Facebook group here, the page here, and I'm going to be taking and holding myself accountable to taking small actions every single day. And I've kind of mapped out a rough journey of 28 days, or basically 4 weeks and 7 days in each week, so a total of 28 days. And each of those weeks, I'm going to be focusing on a specific type of activity that's going to move me from zero, nothing in hand, to an online business presence. And even I'm hoping to start earning some revenue by the end of the 28 days. Now, what is this journey? If you haven't signed up already, please, I'm going to share the link with you later in this presentation. But do sign up, because through that sign up process, you're going to be able to download a copy of this idea to income blueprint. And as you can see, it's pretty much blank. Why? Because I'm working on this as we go. But what I've done is, based on my 3 years of thinking, researching, and contemplating starting an online business, I've kind of chunked 4 key actions over 4 weeks. So the first week, we're going to be focusing on the idea, where we're going to identify our business idea and an irresistible first-time offer that we're going to launch our business with. The second week, we're going to be focusing on the IT, or the information technology, all the bells and whistles of getting a domain name, getting a host, putting up a website, installing different apps and softwares to make the management process easier, designing web pages. Yes, you can do it. I could do it, then you can do it. In fact, I have 0 training in IT, 0 web design training, 0 experience. But I'm figuring it out. And if we can all figure this out together, and that's what we're going to be focusing on in week 2. In week 3, once we have the business idea in place and the IT in place, we're going to now kind of move towards the external world. We're going to start to attract attention and grab the interest of our ideal buyers into our business product or service that we're going to be offering. So we're going to start to build a little base of subscribers, a following. So we're not launching yet, but we're going to start to build some hype and grab some attention. Really important to do. The last week, week 4, is where we're going to work on finalizing our product or service offering and then launching it. So we're going to be opening our doors to conduct business for the first time. So as you can see, we're mapping out our journey from idea to income over 4 weeks, and each week has a specific purpose. And I like to take things easy, very simple, step by step. And so as you can see here, I've put in the first day of week 1. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be making some commitments, and we're going to be answering a very important question called why. And I'm going to explain this to you as we move on. So this is the big picture of our blueprint, the idea to income blueprint, how we're going to be going through this over 28 days or 4 weeks. And we're going to be populating this blueprint day by day with a specific action, what we're going to do. And we're also going to share the outcomes. We're going to post and we're going to share what we've done. And we're going to actually be encouraging and cheering one another on. So what are those commitments that I'm going to be making and that I'd like you to be making as well? Let's take a look at those. Now, the first commitment is KISS, right? So I'm sure you must have heard this acronym before. And basically what KISS stands for is keep it stupid simple, or I like to say keep it short and simple. Complicated things just don't get done. Complicated things sit on the shelf and collect dust. I like to take small, minute, but powerful actions and very, very simple actions that are doable. So join me day by day, kissing our way along, short and simple, small actions. But the key word here is action. So make a commitment to KISS. The second commitment is KICK. Now, what do you think that stands for? Well, it's keep it cheap. You know, this is an experiment. We don't know, I don't know if I'm going to be successful or not. So I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm not stupid. From my 16 years of business experience, I've learned that you really don't want to put in a lot of money up front into a business that's not going to take off. You want to scale and invest as your business grows. So you don't want to make a huge investment right from the get-go and then regret it later on. In fact, your business idea might even evolve as you grow it and tailor it to the response you get from your ideal buyers. So keep it cheap. I'm going to be doing things that are all under $100. And my preference is going to be for the free option. If something we can do for free, then hey, why not? Why should we pay for it? So all the tools, all the available resources that are free or really, really cheap are going to be my priority to use in my idea to income 28-day journey. And so I'm going to be sharing those resources with you so you can do the same. So third commitment is co-creation. Now, like I said, this is my 28-day challenge, but I'm inviting all of you to join me. I don't want to do this alone. I want to share my journey with people in my circle, in my network, who also share the same passion as I do. So as I create my online business, I want you to create your online business with me. But a word of caution, just don't be an info junkie. Don't just watch the videos or consume the information and become what I call info beasts, right? Information itself is useless. We need to put that information in action. And so that takes us to the fourth commitment. Get in the game with no NSNB. So what does that mean? Get in the game means action will be given top priority. So I'm going to be sharing with you the actions that I'm going to be taking. So I want you to make a commitment to execute those actions for yourself as well. I've been scared for too long. I've been scared for now over 3 years, contemplating, thinking about launching my online business. And why was I scared? Well, I think it's because I was scared of failing. But then once I reflected on it and on my journey as an entrepreneur for the last 16 years, I realized that every failure, every mistake I've made has actually benefited me tremendously. It's given me insight as to what really works and what doesn't work. And so if something doesn't work, we just stop doing it. We try something else. And so that's how we're also going to take it from here. We're going to get in the game with NSNB. So what does that mean? That means no shame. If we make a mistake, if something doesn't work, that's nothing to be shamed about. That's just a learning. And there's no blame. We're not going to blame the tool. We're not going to blame the users or the buyer. You're not going to blame me. We're going to take it as an opportunity to grow together. If all of these commitments sound like something you want to do, then welcome aboard. So let's get started. I'm going to give you a little preview of what's to come for tomorrow, as well as some prep work. So day one is all about getting ready and prepared. So what do I want you to do? So let's take this step by step. First of all, if you haven't done so already, please go to the website, enter the idealab.com and sign up. Right? Put in your name, put in your email address, the email that you use regularly and check regularly, and just sign up for the daily updates. That's the best way for me to communicate with you. So every day, once I post that day's action and video online, I'm going to shoot out an email to everyone who signed up so that they can go and check right away and take action for their own online businesses. And once you do sign up for the daily updates, you'll also get a link to download and print out this 28-day blueprint that I just shared with you. So I want you to take a printout of this blueprint, keep it by your side, and update it as we go along. And it's also going to be not just your roadmap or blueprint, but it's also going to serve as your checklist and a bit of motivation for you to see how far you've come on this 28-day journey. Third thing, and this is my own personal little thing that I really like to do, is keep a journal, right? Go out, buy yourself a really beautiful journal, something that you really will enjoy writing in. And now the journal will serve as a place for you to kind of document your brainstorming, put down ideas as they come to you, jot down learnings and insights, and also write down responses to some of the action points that I'm going to be sharing with you along these 28 days. So go out there and get a journal. Journals have helped me tremendously in my last 16 years as an entrepreneur. I always carry a journal around with me wherever I go, because you never know when inspiration or a new or great idea is going to hit you. And if you don't capture it, if you don't write it down, you're going to lose it. Your brain just cannot retain information for that long. Fourth point, today, day one, what do I want you to do? I want you to sit down, and once you get your journal, I want you to write down this question on page 1 of your journal. What's your why? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to start an online business? Now, when I've already done this, so when I reflected on my why, I have come to a point in my life now, after 16 years as an entrepreneur, where I've now have a feeling that, I really don't want to get tied down to one location, one place, to one building, to an office. I really enjoy freedom. I enjoy working from anywhere I want. I enjoy traveling. And Travel especially is one of my passions. Even right now, I'm currently in Texas, in the US, spending a month here with my family. And that's why this month, this 28-day journey is something I'm starting right now, because this is 28 days I'm taking away from my offline business in order to really invest in developing and putting something out there for my online business. So my why is I want more freedom. I don't want to be tied down anymore. I want to travel and work where I want to, when I want to, and on what I want to. So think about this question, your why. Why do you want to have an online business? Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you want to start something up in your free time. Maybe you want to contribute to the household income in your own way. Maybe you're a fresh graduate and you're not getting a job. It's a tough job market out there. Or maybe you're not getting the job that you really want to do, and you have an idea for a business and you want to take it online. You don't want to do a 9-to-5 job. So maybe this is for you. That's your why. Maybe you're already working. You're in the corporate world and you've been working for several years and you're just not enjoying it anymore. And you want to explore, while you still keep your job, you're not going to quit it right now, obviously, but while you still hold on to your 9-to-5 job and your steady income, you want to explore to see if an online business is something you really want to do and can do. So whatever your why is, so grab that journal, really reflect, spend a good 10 to 15 minutes on this, and write down the answer to this question. Number 5, post your why. All right. Now, you don't have to write an essay. You don't have to, give me a couple of pages as to the reason, but try to put it into a couple of sentences. And what is the sentence? The sentence is that begin by, I want to start my online business because da 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 da. So what is the core why behind starting this online business? Post it in our Facebook page right here, idealab.pk. Post it in your own status update, but do put the hashtag idea to income, because I want to check what you've put out there, and I want to follow you as well. And number 6, a little preview for day 2. So tomorrow, do join in. And because we're actually going to get started, we're going to roll up our sleeves and get busy on identifying our business idea. So don't worry if you have no clue as to what online business you want to start. We're going to be walking through a process, a little self-exploration, brainstorming, to pinpoint a couple of ideas that we're going to explore and experiment with before we actually narrow down and fix on one. So this is our prep and preview. So roll up your sleeves and get busy. I'm so excited. Day 1 has begun, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow on day 2. All the success